Hey gang, Hammerstill here. As you can see, myself, Ram, and Rocket divisioned up and decided we'd go have a couple games. And this is one that I thought I'd share. It's myself and Akizuki, Ram and Agnaboy, and Rocket in the Cleveland. As you can see, we spawn to the south side of the Bravo cap, which, for whatever reason, we joke occasionally about. We always seem to get stuck in the middle. I think we talked at least once about the likelihood that it is tied to being in a division. Anyway, on voice comms at this point in the game, we were talking about the simple fact that there's only one radar ship on the other side, and it's in Atlanta, which has a fairly short radar range. So we decided we were just going to push Bravo right away and try and shoot up and sink any opposition that could get there as quickly as we could. Meanwhile, Rocket is going to position himself behind this largest of the southern side islands at Bravo in order to radar in case there's something really stealthy and sneaky that we can't see. Now, you've, I'm sure, played this map more than once and are aware that very often what happens is the team that spawns on the north ends up camping on the north side of this little island here, and the team that spawns on the south ends up camping on the south side of this little island here. So we opted not to do that. Now, with 3 destroyers in the cap, it didn't take long to flip it. The Akizuki, which I think we both thought was going to go to Alpha, came with us, but that left those guys, Ismail, Amagi, and Zara, without our destroyer. This poor Shinonome. Okay, so yep, had to deal with the fire, but what I lose roughly 2,500 hit points there, another 1,000, and I know I've got torps. There they are. And Martel is probably going to throw torps as well. So I've got to keep that in mind going forward. Okay, so I'm looking at Martel's position. That area is smoked. He's probably going to try and race across there. Yep, there he goes. I can see New Mexico, and I presume there's at least one DD that headed that way. So these are just preemptive torps. I generally won't, but maybe a destroyer might cross between the little tiny island at Delta 7 and the larger island there. And you can see I was making the turn, trying to get a little bit of angle, because this thing handles like a tub, to be able to get between any torps, and managed to do that. Martel racing around the corner there. If he turns in, maybe I'll get him. Again, maybe there's a DD. It's, preemptive. I didn't really have position. You can see the DD. Yeah. You could just see it for a second there. And whack. Alright, one down. And our team has made a good start. I have fortunately not had to deal directly with Charles Martel. He actually He actually kind of ran away from me. I was a little surprised by that, but it may have been a smart decision because, as you can see, I've got Ram backing me up here. And between us, there's a significant amount of gunpowder on these two destroyers. And there's the Atlanta. And his guns are all facing the other way. Oh, got a little too close to the island here, so throwing it in reverse. Checking his progress, which way is he going, how fast. I'll just back up a hair and then see if I can't get some AP shots. Nope, he started to angle, so it's back to HE. And let's see what I can do with this. Now Atlanta's really in a bad spot. He's taking fire from me, he's taking fire from presumably Fiji interprets. And as you might imagine, this does not end well for the Atlanta. KGB finished him off. Okay, so our team now have a 4-ship-to-1 advantage. The one cap advantage that we had is under threat. You can hear guns back behind my ship. That's Ram back there. I'll try and land a couple of hits here on Charles Martel over the island. Yeah, he doesn't seem to want any part of what's going on over here. Of note, being down 2 destroyers, their team is probably a little wary of pushing caps, but their Akizuki here and Charlie has done a really good job and flipped that for them. Now I can see the smoke there, and I don't know exactly where their Fiji's at, but I'm guessing it's the Akizuki that still has the last known position marker on the minimap there. I'm in range to be able to hit New Mexico with torps. Ismail's outside of my range, but he's going to have turrets to contend with. And Ram also is moving to get in position for that. There's the Akizuki. And he comes under almost immediate fire. So I am going to throw out torps that I hope will catch the New Mexico and get myself around this corner here, so that if I have to make a rapid escape, I have some chance of doing that. And now I'll try and help out with Akizuki. And yeah, okay, so that ended up being a pretty significant kill steal, but you know, double strike, I'll take it. And those who know me in the game well know that I really don't believe in kill steal as a, you know, the usual classic, oh, you took my kill. To me, the faster that an enemy ship is sunk, the better. Doesn't matter who finishes them off. It's all about eliminating his ability to do damage to anybody on our team as quickly as possible. And in fact, very often if I'm in a game where I've been whacking on somebody's ship with shells and almost have them gone, I will almost always ping them, hoping somebody else on my team will help finish them before they can, you know, make that devastating strike with their big AP rounds or get off that final torpedo volley or whatever. So anyhow, double strike. I am a dirty kill stealer. I'm just going to wait until I've got yeah, I was thinking I'll wait for the island, but it wasn't going to matter anyway because Ismail's right there. Martel ran for it, but he did finish off our turpets, so I'm going to help with Ismail here. And I just completely derped that one. I can see he's still in reverse. And you'll see I'm rotating my shot position a little bit. If I'm going to light fires, I like to shift the location. Hey, look at that. We're just over 10 minutes in, and I've managed to Kraken. How about that? Now, granted, I haven't done a whole lot of damage at 77,000, but it's a Kraken. I'll take it. And Martel is probably not very wisely decided he's going to go ahead and engage on this side. He's got me, he's got Fiji. This is not going to end well, and I mean, you can just see that right away. It's raining shells, and down he goes. Now at this point, this really is, you would think, kind of a mop-up operation. They have 4 remaining ships, we have 6. That very, very rarely is going to end well for the team with 4 ships. But our Fiji is really banged up. So anything's still possible. It's kind of what's going through my mind now. They've got 2 caps, we've only got 1. We're only about 150 points up, not quite that even. And there's still a lot of hit points on the board. So I'm going to go ahead and head for the Bravo cap. And I'm thinking right now, Fiji, what are you doing sitting broadside in smoke? Anybody can blind fire these days because you got the little indicator on your mini-map when you're aiming. And I'm typing that out. There it is. Of course, you know, we have a fair number of players who either aren't aware or don't care about that. And that's very often what happens to them. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, you know what? Yeah, I still got to get to the Bravo cap, but in the meantime I'm going to take advantage of the Fiji's smoke and try and get a fire on the turbines. Meanwhile, Ram is positioning himself to make some serious trouble for that Turpets. Okay, so all I can see right now is Nagato and Turpets. Which way, which way? I think I'm going to throw some preemptive torps out, just in case the Turp decides to run this way. Now they've still got a Lightning and a Fiji involved in the game. There's the Fiji. Ram has identified his location, and I've just been detected, which means I know Lightning is right in front of me. This little island was covering me until just that second. Oh, he slowed right down, didn't he? Okay, so right here I'm thinking he can't see me, but I know he's got that hydro because I play Lightning a fair amount myself. What to do, what to do. Alright, we'll make his escape forward a little more challenging with those torps. And I'm going to push in on the other side. Try and turn this very slow turning tub the other direction. And if he hydros me, I'll just have to find the location of his shots in the smoke and just, you know, randomly blind fire. But he makes it a little bit easier on me here. There he is, and he waited on that hydro. Well, maybe it was on cooldown. Now I'm imagining he's just torped my position. Yeah, based on the indicator, so I just threw it in reverse as soon as I got spotted. Now these little 100 millimeter shells, takes a few of them, but down goes Lightning. And that's number 7 for me. and 10 for our team. Meanwhile, Ram has been on a tear on the other side of the map. You can see that the Turpitz is gone, and he just finished off the VG. Now I want to mention Rocket here. At one point, a little earlier in the game, well actually quite a bit earlier in the game, those fellas that were down there at the Alpha Cap, they were asking for some help. And in the, in our voice chat, Rocket decided he was going to go try and help them. Now, granted, he's not a destroyer, but he's a pretty good player, so he wanted to go down there and help out. But as you can see from his positioning right now, he spent the majority of his game trying to outrun big, heavy shells from battleships. And he did it. And he is still raining down fire on that Nagato. So at this point, the good guys have managed to sink all but one ship on the enemy team. And ICOP has accounted for 10 of 11 of those, which I consider a pretty fantastic game for our team. Preemptive torps, and I didn't throw those torps until I checked with Ram about what he was going to do. I asked him if he was going to push in, and only launched those torps once I was sure he wasn't going to make a run right at the Nagato. And now it's just mopping up. And I think Ismail gets in the final shot here. And that's pretty much it. This was a pretty fun game. ICOP had a great 20 minutes here. Thanks a lot for watching. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.